everyone, my name is Sam Miller and I am going to teach you how to throw a baseball. There are a lot of things in sports that look easy and natural. A lot of people might not understand how hard it truly is to carry a puck up the ice and send it flying past a goalie in hockey, or that it can take years of practice and skill to properly throw a baseball. My name is Sam Miller and I have been a baseball player since I was 5 years old. I am going to show you how to throw a baseball the right way. Whether you are a t-ball player, a little leaguer, or the parent or coach of one, knowing how to throw it is a very valuable skill. A lot of coaches make a big mistake right away when it comes to baseball practice. They start practice with a game of catch to warm up. Actually, you should warm up to play catch. Throwing a baseball requires extensive use of muscles in the front and back of your shoulder, and can sometimes lead to pain, soreness, or even injury. According to Dr. Deborah Elkane of Ithaca College, if you take the time to warm up properly, a sore arm can be a thing of the past. A couple of my favorite warm-ups include arm circles, band stretches, and shoulder/tricep stretch. Now that we've warmed up properly, we can get a ball in our gloves and get down to business. To throw a ball hard and accurately requires a consistent and proper motion, what Keene calls proper biomechanics. A proper throw requires a good arm slot, a good grip on the ball, proper hand placement, and a follow through so the ball doesn't wind up in left field unless you were aiming to throw it there. Let's get started with the grip. According to former Major League Baseball player Doug Bernier, players should hold the ball with their fingers across the seams of the ball, a four-seam grip, which the ball so that has a flat path in flight. It also allows the thrower to keep his hand above the ball, which allows for maximum control. Next, bring the ball to a good starting point at the center of the chest. This is the second step in the process according to Throwing Biomechanics by Vinit Kothkar, with the ball in our throwing hand and our four-seam grip. Put the throwing hand in your glove, then get lined up to the target. Our feet and shoulders close to the target but in line with where we are going to throw. This will create a front side and a back side. Both will have to work together for us to throw the ball effectively. As we step towards the target, open your hips towards the target, and our glove hand and ball hand will begin to separate. Keep the ball facing the ground as long as possible, and begin leaning your glove to your target with the heel of your glove. A lot of players have the baseball facing toward where they are throwing too soon. Major League players can do this. It is because they are so strong and skilled. But for the rest of us, it is important to use the full range of motion, have both sides of your body working together. Bernier says once your hand can't go back anymore, it is time to throw the ball. As your front arm extends and your hips open up, bring the ball into the release zone, that area where your throwing slot is, and let it go towards the target. Some people think that they are done throwing as soon as they release the ball from their hand, but it is not true. We need to make sure that we are following through towards our target. This will help to keep the ball in line where we want it to go. Although they still happen, throwing errors are pretty rare for major leaguers. Some professional players can even go a year or more without making a throwing error. I believe that if you practice throwing the right way, you can make throwing errors less common for you as well. Whether you are a college player here at MVCC, for Coach Warren, a high school player, a little leaguer, or just starting out as a t-ball player. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you at a baseball field soon.